Hey Robert, thanks for sending me your swim video for analysis. The first things I'm looking at is breathing, body balance, rotation. That all looks good. The next thing I'm looking at is the kick. You tend to have a little bit of a split kick when you breathe, so it's just something to be mindful of. It doesn't look like it's throwing off your balance in any way, but it's just something that I really noticed. When you breathe, you have this split kick. Next, I'm looking at the three main phases of the stroke. Number one, recovery, because recovery affects your hand entry, and your hand entry affects your underwater catch and push. So I'm also counting the strokes that you took per length and adding it to your time. Generally, you were taking consistently 19 strokes per length, and your time was ranging between 20 and 22 seconds per length. That's affected, it could be affected by push-off. Not really a big significant difference in my mind. So I add up your strokes per length, I add it to your time, and you get what's called a swell score. So generally you're at about 40. That distance, I thought you swam in a 25-meter pool, but I wasn't quite sure what the distance of that pool was. So anyways, that's kind of where I started. So let's talk a little bit about your recovery. You have an elbow bent. Your elbow or your arm is a little bit wide from your body, because I can see that, because when your arm's coming around, you tend to drop that elbow and you tend to, what I call, reach with your shoulder instead of keeping that elbow high, fingertips low, leading with the elbow and extending with your hip rotation. You're kind of doing that a little bit, and I want you to have a little bit more rotation. So just being mindful of that. Thumb slide drill is going to help take care of that issue. Again, you want to think about leading with your elbow through your rotation instead of reaching with your shoulder. Your point of hand entry, where you're entering the water, looks really good. You're pulling underneath the center of your body. Just really be mindful of that. And you got this, it appears from what I could see in the video, you got a catch and a push all the way past your hip. High elbow catch, elbow above your wrist, above your fingertips, and then a push all the way past your hip. That's going to propel you forward. Basically, the main thing besides that elbow recovery, the main thing I noticed was your arm motion was the same speed throughout the three phases of the stroke: recovery, hand entry, catch, and push. You had the same speed. I would like you to see more drive and power during the catch and the push. A little bit more emphasis, a little bit more force, a little bit more power, a little bit more speed, and then coming around, easy, 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 enter, fast. Easy, 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 enter, fast. And notice how my underwater pull is what's driving my hip rotation. So if you're putting a little bit more emphasis in the catch and the push, that's also in turn going to help with your rotation, and that's going to make it a lot easier to bring your arm out of the water a little bit more relaxed. Hopefully this helps. You're really on the right track. You've been doing pretty good on your own. I think just those, couple tips that I offered: thumb slide drill for a little bit high elbow recovery, a little bit more rotation via your underwater catch and push, and you should notice yourself maybe feeling a little bit more triceps and lats when you do that, and you will go further with each arm stroke, and swimming should become a little bit more effortless. And then over time, you put in the training with endurance strength, threshold speed workouts, and you will get faster. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear your voice on voicemail so we can put it in our podcast. You can leave a voicemail at speakpipe.com/endurance-hour, or you can just send me an email, shoot me a Facebook message. Make it a great day.